From October 2020 to September 2021, I had a series of Minecraft SMPs, appropriately named Index SMP. This was the place where my friends and I would play, build and have fun on. There were 4 seasons in total, each season being different from the other. One would be chaotic, while another would be peaceful. Today, we will be going back in time to the first ever season of the Index SMP. This is Index SMP Revisited. When it comes to an SMP, what is the first thing that comes into mind? Is it Dream SMP? Or maybe Lifestyle SMP? For a couple of my friends and myself, it was the former, and this brought the idea of playing on an SMP to life. If you haven't been living under a rock for the past 2 years, you will know that the global pandemic shut down many services, including schools, which gave us even more time to spend with our friends on video games. And with that thought in mind, the first season of the Index SMP was born on the 27th of October 2020. The server was hosted on the free server hosting site Aternos, and started off in version 1.15.2, even though version 1.16 had only been released 4 months prior. It was also a cracked server due to some users not having a premium Minecraft account, and this allowed them to join offline via a cracked account. However, this decision would backfire very badly on the SMP, but more on that later. Originally, I had intended for there to be only a few select people in the SMP, and those few select people were those I had a close friendship with at the time. The first members of the SMP were Arixes, Uncool, Jarvav, Claskific, Ghostify, and Old Gigios, and myself, of course. The maximum player count of the server only ever maxed out at around 4 or 5 players due to the lack of members in the SMP. Before the SMP even existed, countries were already being brainstormed, and during the first week of the SMP, 2 countries were formed. The first country was called Yggdrasil, led by Uncool, Arixes and Jarvav, and the second country was called Captoon, led by Claskific and Ghostify. Old Gigios and I remained as solos and did not join any country, although we did remain in good terms with both of them. And this is where it started. What you're watching right now is the first recorded clip of the SMP. As you can probably tell, there wasn't much going on. There was no action, no conflicts, not even any organization. However, what did remain was a small group of friends just wanting to have fun on a peaceful Minecraft server. During the first week of the SMP, Uncool, Arixes and Jarvav started construction on their base Yggdrasil. They kept it a secret from the other members of the SMP, and I honestly can't believe they even tried to because of the sheer size of it, and not to mention it was like 300 blocks away from spawn. Like, how can anyone even miss that? Unless your renders are turned down, maybe. Anyways, Yggdrasil consisted of a massive spruce tree in the middle of a taiga, stretching 78 blocks into the air Surely you would feel intimidated if you ventured near it, which was the right feeling, to be honest, as the members of Yggdrasil were the most stacked players in the SMP. Within 2 days of the SMP opening, they had already kitted themselves out in full enchanted diamond armor with full diamond equipment. Trading stations were constructed to make them even stronger than they were. They were the ultimate and unstoppable force of the Index SMP. However, they wouldn't be let off the hook that easily, as the second country in the server marked their place, Captunian. Constructing their base literally on the border of the spawn might not have been their best idea, but they made up for it with the sheer dedication of their members. I meant member. Classific grinded pretty much 24/7 on the server. And by grinded, I meant hacking. Giving himself and Ghostify the best gear they could possibly have. While they weren't as fast to get their gear compared to the residents of Yggdrasil, soon they too were incredibly stacked, which made way for a worthy rival for Yggdrasil. But now, you may be wondering, where does Index come into all of this? You would expect me to be helping the members of my own SMP out, right? Well, you aren't far from the truth, but that comes much later. In the first week of the SMP, not only had I grinded to full diamond armor and equipment, I had also taken on the Ender Dragon, and won, which made me incredibly stacked. Using the ridiculous amount of XP I had collected from the dragon, I went on to enchant my items with the highest and best enchants possible. I thought, and I believed, that I could take on anyone. After the first week, there was a construction period on the SMP, where the bases of both countries were fully completed. Every member that was active on the server now had fully enchanted gear, due to villager trading for Yggdrasil and hacking for Captunian. Each player's desire to get more powerful started causing issues within the server infrastructure, which resulted in an update to version 1.16.3 to fix these glitches. However, before updating the server, I added an admin plugin on the server to give illegally OP items, a decision that would later have dangerous consequences. Now, remember what I said about Classific using hacks? Well, Uncool clearly knew something was off, as it just wasn't possible to obtain that amount of resources in a short amount of time. This soon led him and Arixes to go on the first ever war against Classific and Ghostify at the spawn region. Minor damage was caused to the spawn area and Captunian. It was during this war that it was discovered that Classific had been using a diamond sword enchanted with sharpness 10, which unbeknownst to Uncool and Arixes was actually part of the admin plugin I had installed. The winner of the war has been lost to time, but Classific was banned because of his actions, so it's safe to say that the winner was Yggdrasil. But that was only the start of the chaos. After the events of the first war, Yggdrasil decided it was best to relocate to a new area. They moved 13,000 blocks away from spawn to construct a new hobbit hole base near a ravine. They began suspecting me about the usage of the admin plugin and how it was very likely that I was using illegal items. I suspected that Arixes and Uncooled would be coming for me soon, so I assembled a team consisting of old Gigios and Cole to help take them down. This was another war. The battle commenced at the new base of Arixes and Uncool on the 15th of November 2020. Cole and I charged forward, knowing that we had the upper hand because of our insanely overpowered gear. We kept the illegal items safe in my ender chest, to prevent them from getting into the wrong hands. However, we started losing hope after Uncool and Arixes continuously kept killing us. It was obvious that we outgeared them, but there was no doubt that they were just better at PvP compared to us. So, after 10 hard-fought minutes, and a slightly destroyed ravine base, the war was ended, with Arxes and Uncool coming out victorious. After getting lost for the duration of the war, old Gigios caught up to us on top of a snowy mountain, where it was decided that a truce would be formed. As a condition of the truce, all illegal items would be destroyed in lava, and the admin plugin permanently removed from the server. Near the location of the truce, old Gigios, Cole, and I set up a skybase made out of spruce wood, making peace with Uncool and Arxes. Now, that's a they lived happily ever after moment, don't you think? Oh boy, are you wrong. November 21st, 2020. This would be far from an ordinary day on the SMP. At some point in the early morning, a whitelist bypasser and hacker known as the NBP bot joined the server using a cracked Minecraft account. Using the admin plugin that I forgot to remove, the NBP bot gained TNT, fly, and a lightning axe. Now, if someone has gained unauthorized access to TNT, there's a 99% chance that they're gonna blow something up. Unsurprisingly, that's exactly what happened. The spawn was blown up, causing major damage to the surrounding area, including Captunian. Ghostify was unfortunate enough to be in the vicinity of the explosions, and he was constantly farmed by the bot for kills. By now, the majority of the server were online, and spam pinged me to get onto the server on Discord. Once I had joined, there was already major damage done to a large portion of the spawn area, and Captunian was mostly destroyed. Yggdrasil only suffered minor damage. The bot was banned immediately after I entered the server, and that's when we thought it would be over. But once again, we were wrong, as the next day, the hacker bot thing returned, out to destroy more of our beloved Minecraft server. Catastrophic damage was done to spawn, as well as major damage to Yggdrasil. The bot even ventured out of the spawn region to find our new bases over 10,000 blocks away. Colossal damage was done to my base with Cole and old Gigios, while Uncool and Arx's base had less intensive damage. Ban measurements were put in place, but even these were not enough to stop the bot. Soon after, the server was shut down, seizing the chaos that had taken place in the past 48 hours. And that's it. The complete background of Index SMP Season 1. But we're not done yet. After all, the series is named Index SMP Revisited, and all we've done so far is revisit the history. So now, let me take you to the actual world of the Index SMP, and experience what it would have been like to walk the grounds of the server. Without further ado, let's get into it. So, here we are. We're about to hop in to Index SMP Season 1. I just pulled up my files, as you can see here. And it looks like I have 2 saves of Season 1. One was on the 23rd of November 2020 at 7:45 PM, and the other was 4 days later on the 27th of November 2020 at 7:57 PM. So yeah, let's get these worlds onto the .minecraft, and I'll see you all there. Okay, I'm on the right version now, so scroll all the way down. There it is. 3, 2, 1, Okay. I'm in a cave. Okay. And the one grass block that somehow is here. Whoa! We have to get our proper view of this world. Oh no, here. Oh my gosh. So this is the actual Index SMP Season 1. There's no way. That's the village. Jeez, this is crazy. It's like going through your old memories. Just so much stuff here that I've forgotten about. I even forgot there was a village here, and of course, it's a TNT. Looks like a toilet here. Nice little toilet if you want to take a break from playing on the SMP. You know. Now this looks like the remains of a beautiful little spruce house for Bedator. Now, if I'm correct, Bedator was a dog on the SMP. Let me just fight these mobs. Look at my combat. Look how much I've improved. Bedator was a dog on the SMP who belonged to Uncool, I believe. Oh shoot, no. No! Bedator was a dog on the SMP who belonged to Uncool, and what I believe happened was Klaskific, another member of the SMP, killed the dog. Ah, now this is something I definitely remember. I will show you a clip of this tower and what its use was, but that was such a bad clip. I don't even know why I even attempted it. So this is what the SMP looks like. The spawn region looks like from up here. Gosh, what happened at this spawn? Someone just blew it up. You can see the TNT that failed to ignite. And there's a ravine, which is where I spawned in. Unfortunately, I would have liked to spawn up here, but I guess it was a nice delayed reveal. There's a nether portal. We will take a little peek into there. But if you can already see, the most grand building on this SMP, which sadly looks to have been torn down, no. The grandest building stood tall and proud in the spruce forest was indeed Yggdrasil. This base belonged to Uncool, Arixes, and Jarvad, and it was actually a really good build. I kid you not, this build took them forever to make. Like, I'd come back here every so often and they'd literally still be working on it. They finally finished it, I think, around maybe early November. Then he got griefed and the fire is still spreading. He's spreading the fire. Come on. Douse the fire, douse the fire. Don't make it spread more. That's what you get. Pissing me off and trash talking me all the time. And have fun getting all of the stuff I got. You can destroy mine if you want. Winky face. Read me. Have fun. Klaskific. Last day playing here. Okay, so I remember all of this now. They had a war. I remember the war. Because Klaskific had hacked items, I believe, and he had a hack client. A little furnace tower. I don't remember what this was for, but if it did have a use, it might have been smelting. I know what was in these buildings, or the remains of these buildings. Villagers were in these buildings. Uncool and Arixes and Jarvav, they just used to... Oh wait, what was your name? Protect. I like your name, I like your name. Approved. But villagers were in here and they were just made to trade. That's how they got so insanely overpowered. I think they had full netherite in the server. Or full diamond. Full netherite. I think it was full netherite. They were the most stacked in the server. Someone's left their dog here. I don't know whose dog this is. I'm sorry, your master's not coming back soon. The server's gone. Did you know that? I'm sorry. Still, unlit TNT absolutely everywhere. And a village with yet even more unlit TNT. And a massive crater hole caused by a fat villager who couldn't get in his house and broke the floor. Another fat villager here. Tried to get in his house, go on the bed. It was like, oh no, what was that? Oh no. Jeez, who was trying to blow up this village? How cruel can you be to villagers? You're just trying to live a peaceful life and you just try and detonate their houses. Whoever did this, you're a very cruel person. This part, I remember this. I will show you yet another clip of me in the server during this time. Gosh, I didn't even realize the destruction from the village carries all the way over here. Can't forget this massive cave with the lone tree, which I believe is part of the actual seed. So it's been here a long time. So I guess now that we're done with the overworld, let's take a nice peaceful trip into the nether dimension. And this isn't what I was expecting. Looks to be a newly generated nether. Hold up, this is very peculiar. I do remember there being a lot more. Did the world file not save? There is one more structure which I need to see, because this structure is very important in the history of this server. But the only problem is I don't have a clue as to where it is. It's very far from spawn. Like, it's ridiculously far from spawn. I'll see you guys there. Finally some more land. Netherrack. Wait, a nether portal. Wait, I think I know what this is. This was when we were going into battle. I think with Arix isn't uncool. Yes! I know this. Nothing in the shulker boxes. So there must be something here nearby. Village. More netherrack, okay. Do some bridging. Ah, that's as much I can do. Over the mountains. Hello, cows. And some more stuff. Wait. There's no way. This is our base. Well, this was our base. It's now just the remains. This was where Cole, old Gigios and I used to live. This was after the war. What was this for? Just all freeze up. Furnace. There's still sand in here for the windows. These are the beds. The nice little neighbourhood creeper here. Hello. How would like to get off the edge and fall to your death. This is our tree farm, which defies all sorts of physics and laws because it's surviving. This is where that screenshot took place. That screenshot. Gosh, I feel old. Okay, I travelled down a bit further, and that's our base, all the way down there. And this is Uncool and Arix's base. These are all their chests. And a couple of dogs. I see one, but can't find the other one. Remains of the enchanting table room. Nether portal. I don't know what this is. Zombie of TNT. This zombie's the one that caused all the distraction. It was all you. It was all you. Oh yeah, I remember this. Trying to bridge over this to make it safe. Good effort though. I'm not sure it really worked as it... Well, no, it definitely didn't work. But I guess most of it's still connected to each other, so it did a pretty good job. So we've had a pretty good look around at what this SMP had in it. I think it's time that we go into the second world download. Oh! Soon after the server ceased to be an SMP, a vote was cast on the SMP Discord server to either combine Anarchy elements into the SMP, or to keep the SMP and the Anarchy server I hosted at the time as separate servers. The former won the voting, which led to the SMP becoming an Anarchy, and thus the influx of new players. These new players were Dazzly, Goaded, Shirk, and Cilantro. While their time on the server was short, they would form the foundation for the new generation of members on Season 2 of the SMP. So right away we are in a massive pit of destruction. Let's try and make our way out of this. I've had to blur out some of the wither names at the top of the screen because some of it's a bit inappropriate. Oh my gosh. Now this wasn't what I was expecting. The whole village just doesn't exist anymore. It's completely gone apart from these remaining cobblestone wood blocks. Withers everywhere. Classific and Ghostify's old house is completely gone. What has happened? It was the griefer, wasn't it? That griefer. Ender chest with bedrock. Nice. This actually looks pretty cool though. You got a little overhang. It's a nice little viewing point, I think. Oh, there's my tower. That lovely tower where I did that dumb little water bucket clutch. It wasn't even a clutch, I failed. That is... It's actually still surviving. Barely. Yeah, you can hardly recognize this as the same server from earlier. It's not the same. So as you can see, there's a bit more damage done to it, but it isn't too dissimilar from how it was looking before. Bamboo farm. I never mentioned it. It's here. Oh, and your favourite little building. Here it is. The furnaces. Let's inspect this ginormous tower made out of cobblestone. Giant, intimidating cobblestone tower. Well, my friend, this sure looks intimidating. Look how far up it goes. Bro, you're gonna need some oxygen if you want to survive up there. Let's have a nice little climb up here. Uncool is the best. 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 Subscribe to Technoblade. Uncool is the best. Anarchy Wither boys. Uncool is superior. Gosh, how far up is this thing? Oh, there's so many more left. Let's keep pushing, let's keep pushing. Let's go, let's go, let's go. I love women, I love women. Come on. Yes, we've made it. Almost. Now we've made it to a long way down. Probably break my legs. And an incredible view. All that destruction. Hello, friend. You just ruined the one house I came into. And where on earth did you come from? Back again. It actually looks a lot more destroyed. Does it? No. Everything is still intact. Everything's still here. Just as I remembered it from the previous one, apart from one lowly singular block remaining. He's living a single life, just like me. He's living a single life, just like me. There is Uncool's base, Uncool and Arix's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, let's go. 6, 7. Ooh, okay. 8. No. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. No, there was nothing else. Still looks to be the exact same, minus the dog, which probably perished. The wood effect flooring still looks exactly the same. Oh, wait. Hold up. Was this here in the other one? I don't actually remember who lived in this area. And there's a Strider here, for whatever reason. Why are you here? Since when did you cross the portal? And wait, there's another one. Since when did you guys cross the portal? Oh, someone was cheating? Definitely not legit. Bunch of minecart chests with random loot. I assume these are still default chests. Huh, that's weird. And those minecarts were the last things I ever saw on the server. It's been quite a ride through this chaotic server, and while it isn't exactly what I had envisioned for an SMP, it did give me some happy memories with my friends that I surely won't forget. I would also like to thank you, the viewer, for watching it throughout this whole episode, and I hope that you have learnt about the origins of the SMP. Because the Revisited series is far from over, there are so many more action-packed and possibly somber moments in the seasons after this one. I hope you had a great time watching. I really do. Have a wonderful day or night to the viewers of this channel. This is Index, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.